Stargate Hellraiser here, and it's very early in the morning of February the 3rd. This is going to be a bit of a commentary here on an official forums thread that's been hit that it sounds like botting is increasing in Final Fantasy XIV. It's being backdropped by a Ramuh run that I did for my Duty Finder roulette on the 2nd. That was a bit of a clusterfuck. Got the win, but it did take a little extra work. Basically, Eros Bia pointed this out to me, and I will try to get the thing properly accredited onto the bottom of the thing so you can see the third yourself. But there is a player on Balmung. See if I can find it on the one page I left up. Because, yes, this Vladimir Rajan is basically saying, I'm reporting the bots. It's basically someone who, with maybe a bit less of a caustic manner, has been doing the stuff I've been doing on 11. And it's like, this player is seeing botting in the game, and then the first response is like, it doesn't impact me. Why the fuck should I care? And then one later in the page said, you know, they paid their money, they can do what they want. That's the kind of fucking attitude that's going to get this game killed. Straight up, it's going to kill it. Because you let this game turn into what 11 was, and they can just shut off the damn servers now. They can just shut the whole thing off at that point. It won't matter. Then I saw an RMT apologist a little later in the thread saying, oh, but the economy would crash. Good. Let the whole damn thing die. Let the whole damn economy die if we have to. At some point in this thing, if fair play isn't going to mean anything, then there is no point in continuing to play. None. This is exactly what I was trying to warn Nero about. This is exactly the kind of stuff we cannot let happen in this game. I mean, this Vladimir was basically talking about everybody basically able to avoid AoEs as if they were in a conga line, synchronizing their attacks and all that kind of crud. This is not going to work. This is going to be what kills this game. You know, and it is clear that we have players who have no interest in fair play, no interest in keeping the game fair for all players. Yeah, I'm looking at you, Nero. You obviously don't want a fair game. It's obvious to me that there are a lot of players that would like to bring a windower interface to this game to create a two-tiered class system of players. And since Square Enix usually doesn't touch third-party programs, it gets to the point that it becomes very hard for them to want to enforce it, leading some players like this Vladimir to say, you know, maybe then we just need to legalize it, let everybody have the same playing field. And at least one person, whether he was serious or trolling, to actually go to openly discussing the concept of actually ending computer support of the game. Let the game be played only on consoles. Look, whatever means need to be done to prevent this shit from taking over Final Fantasy XIV, they need to be done. It really does not matter. If that means that you have to pull the plug, or if it means you have to ban the better part of the North American player base, or whatever, it's just time to understand that if you cannot have a fair game, you have no game. This is what killed one Square Enix MMO already. Actually, I should say RPG, really, because I really don't think 14's an MMO by the name only, so I'll just, you know, put it as an RPG, a Final Fantasy title. Basically killed by these botters and shitheads and windower and all that kind of crap. If we let this happen here, this game will die. This game will not see 4.0. Unless the botters and windower shitheads are the only players left playing the game. I'm not going to let that happen if I have the opportunity to say so. And it's why I was on the show on Sunday and raised a degree of hell, because at some point in this equation, if fair play means nothing, then it's us who are disrupting the main community of the game. It's soon going to become, you get rid of them or you get rid of us. And it's that same term of service. It's 3-2. It's one of the reasons I wanted them to take a stand on Windower and basically do something with it, because it's like, if you're not going to come out here and basically demand that the players play by the rules, then there is no point in having the rules at all. That's not a place you can have me for any of a lot of reasons. So it's like, I look at threads like this, especially just after my exchange with the LB Army, and it's like, if this is going to be the game's future, you don't see 4.0. And believe me, I think there is very real danger that this can happen, because as I told De Niro, it's clear the goods are leaving. And part of the reason the goods are leaving is that they can't basically just go and bend over the game and basically create the environment that they had in Final Fantasy XI. And that's a good thing. We need to keep it that way at all costs. If we're going to have a game, it's going to be for the filthy fucking casuals. But here's the thing, now you're even getting some people claiming even some of the casuals are botting. Wouldn't surprise me. A lot of these players are probably too stupid to be able to draw breath, you know. And it's like, you look at what's been going on in the game, and it is clear that there's a very real problem. So at some point in this equation, it has to stop. It has to be stopped. And if there are not enough legitimate players in the game, shut the game off. There's no point continuing it. So basically, we're right now here, right at the end of the Ramuh fight. We win, la la la, great. And so basically, this is Stargate Hellraiser, very unequivocally telling you why Get Good needs to be dead, because it forces stuff like this botting to go on.